You can move up.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Thank you.
I'm actually. Can you still see it that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see it.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to accommodate for both. All right. Is that good?
Yeah.
Of course, you went on a trip. There. And her friend has a perfect.
Jasmine and Marcus, are y'all still working on the top part?
No, we on number 8.
Oh shit! I thought I had unmuted.
You said you're on number 8. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down just a little bit, y'all.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, how we feeling? Are we done? Almost done? Maybe like 2 or 3 more minutes.
I'm done.
Can we get like 2, 3 more minutes?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's just go to like 6:25. One thing I will tell you just for number 9. Number 9 is similar to the question that we did on Thursday, where we had to, it was like 2 parts. You had to like find the margin and then create a proportion for it. So kind of similar to what we did on Thursday. But we'll go over it.
Oh, good. Just like the ones my me.
Okay, we're done.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So for number 1, right? So all of this was volume. So for number 1, let me make this a little smaller. All right. So for number 1, you wanted to get oh my God. Sorry about that. All right. Number 1, you wanted to have 160. What why is it looking like that? Hold on. 160 units. And of course it would be cubed, 160. For number 2, 27 units. Number 3, which was a cylinder, they gave you the diameter, so the radius was 3. You should have got 141 units. Number 4.
Number 3, is it 0.3?
Yes, I'm sorry, I rounded, but yes, it's 0.3.
And we got number 1 and 2 wrong. I don't know what we did. I am.
So for this one, for number 1, so remember the volume of a prism is the length times width times height, right?
Yeah,
so,
we got number 3 right, but we got number 1 and number 2 wrong.
Yeah. I'm talking about number 1.
Oh, okay.
So it's length times width times height. So you wanted to do 4 times 5 times 8. So 4 times 5 is 20, and then 20 times 8 is 160.
Definitely taking too long to be finished.
And then for number 2, same thing again. All the values are 3. So it would be 3 times 3 times 3.
Yeah, you were doing the left times the width times the height times the width times the height.
Okay.
Y'all got it? Y'all good?
Yeah, I think I know what I did wrong. I wrote it with the length times width plus 2 times the length times the height.
Yeah, it's a lot of formulas, first of all. It's a ton of different formulas, especially because you got to remember them all. I didn't put this in the chat, but I think I've given y'all the formula sheet a couple of times. So just make sure that you're always referring back to the formula, okay?
Okay.
All right. For number 4, you should have 420.
Then how long does it take the Salisbury steak to cook?
420. And then for number 5, 3, you should get 3. Did y'all get 3?
Hell no.
Okay.
I got 3.37.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I didn't round it, but yes. It should be 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5, which should be, 3.375. Is that what you got, Jasmine? Or Marcus?
No, because I wrote the formula out wrong. I wrote it out wrong. So no.
Okay. Yeah, so if you want me to, just I can add the formula sheet again in the chat.
Yeah, you can. That way I can download it.
Okay. Okay, let me do this number 6 and then I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
Number 6 should have been 200, and this is not the decimal, this is just a rounded 236 units. What did y'all get as the decimal?
I got 235.5.
Yeah.
0.5. Okay, 0.5.
So I gotta learn how to do this.
I just rounded it up.
Should we round up?
No, I just did that. I just was rounding it up because I was being lazy. Don't be me. Don't be me. Don't be me.
On the test, and we didn't get that wrong.
So no, on the test is going to give you the actual decimal. I was just rounding it up. On the test, actually, let me be real with you. Actually, on the test, it'll either give you the rounded version or the decimal version. So like in the first one, like in number 5, I had just said 3, but if you were to round that to the nearest whole number, it would be 3 still. So, and if you look here in the directions, it does say to round to the nearest whole unit, which is why I was just rounding to 3. But of course, if you do the decimal, it would be 3.375.
Okay, so with that one for number 5, you said you got just 3. How did you round
Mhm.
that up to just 3? Because it was 3.8. So if you round up, it'll be the 3 to turn to a 4, so it'll be 3.4.
To the whole number, to the whole number. So, like for example, if I'm giving you $3.37, if I said to round that to the closest whole number, I'd really just be giving you $3
Okay.
because 3.37 is closer to 3 than it is to 4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's keep going. Let's go over number 7, 8, and 9. So for number 7, what y'all get for 7?
I didn't
8.
understand how to do it.
Okay, so for number 7,
We left it blank.
Yeah.
that's okay. That's all right. So for number 7, y'all, they already gave us the volume, right? They said the volume is equal to 80. But they gave us the length and the width, right? The length is 4, the width is 4. So we got to figure out what the height is. So what you have to do first is, so remember the formula is length times width times height. And I'm actually going to write that. Take that out. So it's so really we would be doing length times width times height. We already know that the length is 4, the width is 4, but we don't know the height, right? We don't know the height. And we know that it's supposed to be equal to 80. Y'all get so far with that?
Yeah.
All right. So what I can do first is I can look and see, well, what can I automatically multiply? I know I can quickly multiply the 4 times 4, right? So that's going to give me 16
Don't waste to do that.
times the h, right? Times h, which is equal to 80. Okay, just so far.
Put that juice in the cup, Jason.
So from here,
Can we do the cross?
remember when we talked about the opposite of operations, right? So just like adding, the opposite of adding is subtracting, the opposite of subtraction is addition. The same kind of rule applies for division. I mean multiplication and division. So if I'm multiplying, just like you see here, I'm saying 16 times h. The opposite would be to divide, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide the only 2 numbers I have left in this problem, which are 80 and 16. So I'm going to divide 80 by 16. And so when you do 80 divided by 16, y'all, what do you get in your calculator?
5.
5. So that means that h represents 5, which means the height is equal to 5.
Oh.
So now if you want to go back and check yourself, right? Now that we know that the height is 5, remember to find the volume, you would do length times width times height. So I would do 4 times 4 times 5, and you should get 80. Okay. All right. So any questions about number 7 before we move on to 8 and 9? Okay.
No, I think I got that now.
Okay. All right, let's go to 8. So 8, a wooden crate measures 5 feet long each edge. So that means you're talking, first of all, it said it's a crate. So you're talking about a rectangular prism. And it says that it measures 5 feet long on each edge. That means the length is 5, the height is 5, and the width is 5. So everything is 5 here. So then what is the volume?
125.
125. Jasmine and Marcus, y'all got 125?
I did get that right. Yeah.
Good. All right, perfect. And then number 9. Number 9 was the one I told y'all. It's definitely 2 parts to this. So she wants to water a stabilizer for a children's swimming pool once a week. the instructions tell her to add 1 scoop of the product for every 20 feet. So how many scoops should she add per week? First step, find the volume. That was the very first thing you should have done, is find the volume. So looking at this cylinder, I know that the radius is what, y'all?
6.
The radius 6.
The radius is 6 and the height is 3. So you got to find the volume first. So scrolling back up for a second. Remember the volume of a cylinder, and I'm actually just going to go over here and change this. So remember the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times h. So you wanted to do 3.14 times 6 squared times 3. Okay, so first you got to do the 6 squared. So remember, this is not saying 6 times 2. This is saying 6 times 6. So that equals 36. 3 and 3.14. All right, so now it just becomes easy multiplication. Put in your calculator, and you should get 339.12. All right, so that's the volume. But now that was the first step. Now they talk about, she says that she has to add 1 scoop of product for every 20 feet. Remember, y'all, when we were doing proportions, right? 1 scoop for every 20 feet. That means that I'm writing 1 over 20. 1 over 20. And she wants to know how many scoops. So remember, the 1 represents the scoops, the 20 represents the feet, which is equal to the volume that we just found, right? That 339.12 is representing the feet. So you got 1 over 20 is equal to 339.12. And then we're going to put our X at the top because that's the number we're trying to find. How many scoops? So just like we would do before, we cross multiply. So 33.12 times 1 is, I'm sorry, I said 33. 339.12 is equal to 20x. Just like what we did before, remember we divide because this is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is to divide. So we divide both sides by 20. And what did y'all get as your answer? X is equal to what?
16.95, which would be rounded up to 17.
Right, 16.95. But remember the instructions. Of course, you don't even see this answer in the answer choices. So it said about how many, which means this is close enough to 17.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that some more.
Okay, so the biggest thing here, y'all, is it comes down to basically word problems. I really think that you all get like the 1 through 6, right? Because those are like general, quick answers, quick questions. I think when it gets to those word problems, and the case that some of them have.
Yeah, because that was my problem with the test. I was good with the problems, and then when it got to the word problem, it confused me, and I didn't know exactly what to do with the problem.
Right. Yeah. So, what we'll do is on Thursday, I do want to get moving on to surface area though. So I want us to do surface area, but I will incorporate some more of these word problems in there. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and come to a stop here. I will send y'all. Let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all work on some of the practice problems that I gave y'all on Thursday?
I didn't get a chance.
Say it again, Alice.
So I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, so try to work on those because there are word problems in there. There are definitely are word problems in those practice problems that I sent y'all. So I would encourage you all to work on those. At the end, they do give you your answers so that you can kind of go back and check. Okay, y'all.
Yeah, we'll work on them. I didn't even notice we had word problems. I mean, problems to do.
Yeah, I sent it. Did y'all get the recording I sent?